On today's episode, we will have club updates, ASP Minute, and Fisk's Corner.
All that and more coming up next. Hi Bombers, I'm Ben.
And I'm Mikai, and welcome back to Atomic TV.
Tonight at 7, there is a home girls varsity soccer game.
Also at 7, there's a girls varsity volleyball match at Hanford.
Now, here's your Bomber Flight briefing.
Hey Bombers, it's Kelsey, and welcome to this week's weather. This week so far is looking like it's going to be pretty warm, so let's head over to check it out. To start today off, it's going to be super sunny with a high near 82. There will be some calm winds around 6 miles per hour this afternoon, and it will be mostly clear with a low of 56. The winds will continue to this evening, but it will slow down to a slight breeze. And for tomorrow, it will also be sunny with a high of 81. Once again, we will have some slight breezes in the afternoon, and tomorrow will end with a low of 55. And on Thursday, we will have a high of 82, but on your way to school, it will look about 56 degrees, so make sure to bring a sweatshirt. Thanks for checking out this week's weather. Now let's head over to Ella.
Hi Bombers, it's Ella and welcome back to this week's activities. Looking at the schedule for today, after school there will be AHR Club, Chess Club, Gamers Club, and Black Union Club. Buddy Club will also be meeting during lunch. And looking at tomorrow, there will be Art Club, Broadcast Journalism, FCA, Robotics Club, DECA, and Craft Club, all taking place after school. English Language Learners Club will take place during lunch. If you have any questions about these clubs, please contact the administrator of the club you're interested in. Thanks for checking out this week's Bomber Flight Briefing. Now back to the studio.
Let's over to Karin with a foreign exchange student interview.
Hello, this is Karin here with Irene, one of our foreign exchange students. Irene, you're from Spain, correct?
Yeah.
And how are you doing today?
Fine, thank you.
And what has been one of the things that you've enjoyed about America so far?
Here the people are nicer.
That's very cool. And what has been the biggest difference from this school compared to your school back at home?
My high school from Spain is bigger. There are more people.
Okay, yeah. And what has been the biggest culture shock so far?
Here you eat dinner very early, and in Spain we eat at 9 p.m.
Oh wow, that's very late.
Yeah.
And what has been the funniest word you've heard so far?
A
squirrel?
Yeah.
It's very funny. And then what's one thing that you want to try so far here in America, and have you gone to do that yet?
Going to see a football game.
Football game?
Yeah.
Well, there's plenty to go and see here.
Yeah.
Perfect. And can you say back to the studio for us in Spanish?
Vuelta al estudio.
Back to the studio.
Now, here's your ASP Minute.
Hi Bombers, I'm Lexi. And I'm Lucrezia, and welcome back to your ASB Minute. Homecoming tickets are still on sale for $20. Make sure you get them before Friday. Also, tomorrow's theme is Adam Sandler Day, and Thursday will be Color Wars. So make sure to dress up to show your school spirit. And if you're still in need of a homecoming dress, Miss Gates has a closet full of them in her room, 101. Make sure you go see her any day this week before or after school, and she can help you out. That's all for today, Bombers. Now back to the studio.
Now, here's Watch and Win with Isaiah.
Hey Bombers, it's Isaiah with today's Watch and Win, brought to you by Dairy Queen. Today's Tuesday, so we chose the lower class winners from today's prize. Today's winner is Striker Luther. Striker, please send down to Mr. Movie's room 1060 to get your prize. That's all for today, Bombers. Now back to the studio.
Let's head over to Fisk's Corner.
Hi Bombers, it's Nina here. Welcome to Future with Fisk. Happy spooky season. So Mr. Fisk, what was your favorite candy to devour?
My favorite candy right now to devour are Nerds. It's like when you go to Costco and you get the super giant bag. I sort of cherry pick all those out of there and find ourselves needing to go back to the store to get more Halloween candy for Halloween. But Nerds right now. Yep.
And as a child, what was your favorite thing to dress up as?
I did kind of a simple costume, so I did two. We would try to hit the neighborhood twice, so we get started early, and I would generally dress like a cowboy or Western wear, and then I would dress like a clown for the second round. And our favorite place to go to, her name was Mildred Hagenbarth, and she gave away whole pomegranates. And while you don't think that maybe that's a pretty big deal, but at the time, it was really kind of special. And honestly, Mildred knew that we were coming there twice, but she was always good and gave us 2 pomegranates. And we would hustle home and eat those like crazy. They were wonderful.
And then this Saturday is homecoming. What is your expectation for homecoming?
Well, my expectation is for students to have fun. dress really well. I've always found that dress-up dances, kids always behave so well for those, and they always come looking so professional and so polished. I think always remember how we dance, okay? What we see sometimes on television and sometimes we see other places maybe isn't always appropriate in a 9-12 school. So let's mark that on our calendars a little bit and let's think about that. And then last, I think the really most important thing is have fun together as a community and learn the things about going to formal dances, right? Hold the door, go out to dinner, all those kind of pieces. They were the same thing for us when we were kids. That's where you learned.
All right, and for the incoming juniors, we'll talk about the PSATs that are coming up.
Well, this is a big month for juniors, and actually we've got 9th graders and 10th graders, but it's PSAT month. And this is really part of the NMSQT process. So you'll be taking a test on October 12th. I'd love to test every junior, and it doesn't mean what I'm trying to say is every kid has to go to college. I'm not saying that. But what I am trying to say is go yield the very best scores that you can, knowing that once you take the PSAT year 1, if you loop back and take the PSAT either spring of your junior year or your senior year, you're going to see, sorry about that, you're going to see scores improve. I think also just building that mindset about post-secondary steps for students is great. And make sure you get plenty of rest on October 11th as you come in and do your very best.
Thank you so much for your time. And then back to the studio.
Take care.
Have a great week, Bombers. Now please stand for your pledge.